is 2 a.m. for on-premise gear sales in Michigan. Yes, Michigan. So that's a matter of trying to figure out where. Apparently these gas stations and stops aren't fans of selling alcohol. Truck drivers, I gotta drink just because they're able to buy. Gotta drink while they're driving. Someone needs a drink that bad. I don't know if that's gonna deter them, but hey, whatever. Says the guy who's desperately looking for a beer to have with McDonald's. Midnight in another state. Yeah, but I think it's time to go to adulty 9 to 5 again, but it's got to be remote. I mean, at this point, I'll give in to the tech thing again. I mean, at this point, if it's fully remote, I don't have to be on the phone. That's crucial, and not in that order. I can't be fielding unscheduled calls, unknown nature. That is behind me. I do not play that. I mean, I could, I suppose, if I could just remember to truly not care, just care enough to try to do the thing that's being requested. But zero care about someone on the other line freaking out, as in a tech support job, which I don't know. I mean, I could do a general tech support job, again, as a remote, especially with AI now. It'd be a lot easier than even Google searching. You could use them both in conjunction. That just seems like it'd be pretty cool. Really, any IT job. I know my buddy Barry pays for these extra, like the paid version of the AI, of the ChatGPT. He's been a programmer for ages now, decades. I wonder if Walmart sold beer. I can't remember if they have a liquor license. I passed one of those up back there. So yeah, the girl works remote. Once I get the remote job, if I do, I don't know if I should just go jump right into the deep end and just try to get whatever job that I'm barely qualified. I won't remember anything for any job I ever was qualified for, but with all those years of just acting and all that kind of stuff, and just doing my own e-commerce stuff, and the occasional contract with Kronos, but I'm just trying to avoid the tech stuff. I don't know. But really, any job, if it's 100% remote, and if I still could squeeze in a beer vending gig, here and there in the off season, and then more so, like at least once a week, when things are happening. To average an extra, couple thousand or whatever a month. That'll help things out. I mean, if the pay is low on whatever job I go back into, I'll have to take stuff off my resume in case they're still with that overqualified nonsense. Paying job, then the stress must be commensurate. I mean, the stress has to be to a level of non-existent. For the lower the money, like, I know for some people it's their time that's valuable. Of course the time is valuable, but if I'm 100% remote, less stress kind of translates to more time, because I for sure would not be giving my job 100% focus at any time, whether I'm remote or not. I mean, unless of course there's a pressing thing I'm doing and working on, but it won't be the only thing I'm doing for 9 hours a day. It's a Super 9 motel. I guess they figured out how to be better than Super 8. Wow, genius. Something to add to the lotto list, a Super 10. Start a Super 10 motel. Man, start working again, like adult working, full time, it'd be so weird. Part of me would be intrigued about having to be in the office sometimes, because I have a group of people, you know, as coworkers, and you know, the people you never know, you meet new people, etc., etc. And this time around, just, you know, not get stressed out. Everything has to be done perfect. It's weird habit. I'm not even a perfectionist. It's just like, I don't know. Really, it's like, as long as people above me, like management, aren't impossible. That's the problem. Like, I don't mind even if they're incompetent or whatever. It's just, if there's a manager that's just going to be a bad person, or give me too much crap, which I'm pretty fortunate. It doesn't ever really happen to me. But I see them out there, and I hear stuff. But sometimes I feel like I'm due. It's like, oh man, I've gotten away with just not having managers and supervisors ever angry at me or being mean to me. There should be signs on the expressway. But every place doesn't sell alcohol on the side of the road. These travel centers and all that. Someone should be like, yo, packaged goods, 1 mile down this way or whatever. Kind of like breweries do. Wondering if maybe I should have done the whole drive straight to work thing, like leave at 2 a.m., which would be 3 a.m. Michigan time, and get you there between 7 and 8. Check-in is between 8 and 9. Then, you know, something happens on the expressway, or unexpected traffic or snow, or whatever, and, you know, then you're late. At least with this, I'm closer. You know, once I get up or whatever from a car nap. Just kind of looking forward to taking. I had a cold brew before hitting the road, and that stuff really works to keep me awake for hours. Though I could go to sleep. Like right now, if I had a bed, yeah, for sure, go right to sleep. Though if I had a bed, if I was at home, obviously I'd stay up until a ridiculously dumb hour for no reason, tooling around, watching my YouTube videos, my educational history and war YouTube videos. a scheme I've had in mind for a while. I like, talking a big game about naughty stuff, and then, had a thought experiment or whatever, but if corporations' only responsibility are to their shareholders, yet they get like benefits of a human and all that, but just none of the ethics, I wonder, and I don't know if it's illegal or not. Right away, it's good, right? If it's illegal or not. I don't think it is. I've never heard it. Definitely a wrongness to it. I can't help but think, as I get to where I am just pretty much done with the IT stuff, part of me is just so tempted to just get overlapping jobs. So, in other words, multiple jobs at once, all remote, of course. That's the thing, and they'd all have to be remote. You're not getting away with this if you have to be in the office for any of them. Well, maybe. It really depends what it is, but I always thought, if I say I got a job, I'll just say tech support. This is where it's doable. Let's say I got a simple tech support job where it's 100% remote. I mean, it could be anything. It could be even like when you're talking to like those mouth breathers on a chat for web hosting site, just absolutely ridiculous, dumb, like where you just always know more than anything about the thing they're supposed to help people with, and it's dragged out, and they'll put you on hold like to look something up or whatever. But God, if I didn't know about it, maybe they're doing the thing I'm thinking about doing. But get one of those jobs, like if you got to be communicating with people on the fly, yeah, that's a big if. You can have multiple of those at the same time. So if those were all minimum wage jobs and you have 3 of them, now you're busting out $45 an hour. You're making or whatever, you're 6 figures with 3 mindless, yet not totally mindless all the time, but still stimulating enough, and if you pile them up, then you can get a challenge that maybe you're lacking on one of those mind-numbing jobs. But not even that, it could be anything else. It could be like proper adulty jobs where, you even go in to see the client sometimes and you're working on stuff or projects. I knew guys like that when I was doing my big in-person chrono stuff. I knew guys that like no one ever knew where he was, and like, oh, he's golfing, and it turns out he's working for like 3 companies. I mean, some of these guys just know how to play the system, man. It's incredible, and each job was a baller job. It's kind of like when someone's like on a board, a chairman or something, or it's stuff that they get paid for, where there's just like, show up to a meeting here and there. It's like, what? But man, there's got to be a way, just on a low level or a mid level, to be pulling this off. And what's the worst that can happen? That's the thing. The trick is to get the job and make it past the probation period. And the more training and the more whatever, the better, right? Because then it just becomes more expensive. Because hiring people is expensive. People don't want to fire you. I mean, we're not talking about, like, say, a gas station job or a job, not to put that down, but a job where it requires no knowledge or very little knowledge, and there's other people waiting in line to take your job. Even like the beer thing, they'll always think, they'll always find people for that. I mean, that's why I can't even get a job at United Center, which is way sweeter than the other stuff from what I'm hearing. And it's just like, and they have trouble with people showing up on time there, and they can show up when the game starts, and we have to show up like 4 hours, 5 hours before, and then like, it's ridiculous. Like, the bar is so low for your performance on some of these jobs, and if you're like an adult about things, then you're like a rock star. It's really weird. Like, really? Just be on time and never gone sick? Like, yeah, obviously. Like, we can't do that. We're grown-ups. But, man, if you could just say you get your job, right? You're comfortable with your job, you're settled in, good, boom. Now what you do you always look for another job. Just always make that one of your hobbies. You're always looking for another job. But don't quit any job every time you get a job. Like, I don't know how they can find this out, or if the thing with taxes, or I don't know what the thing is. But like, if you just kept getting other jobs, right? If you just get the other jobs and you have kind of a thick skin and don't mind being someone who ends up being a bad employee, it sounds horrible, but this would be for corporations only, not the mom and pop shop. It's only about making money. That's it. Only about making money. So you're playing their game without stealing anything. And the thing is, someone like me would still be trying to do each job as if it was the only job they worked. In other words, at least just trying to be like an average employee. So if you're a great employee like I am, when I work one or two jobs, like one job and then a second job that doesn't get in the way of the one job, which has been a lot of my life, the full-time job and then the waitering or whatever. Then what if you could just have like multiple concurrent adulty jobs? Even if you last 2 weeks on one of your extra jobs, like because you're doing things wrong or whatever, and you even got fired after 2 weeks, like you got a couple $1,000 there, or whatever. I mean, that's a couple thousand you wouldn't have normally had. And how are you going to get fired in 2 weeks? You're not going to be that poor of a performer in 2 weeks. So really, it's like, God, it could be like a couple months if you just completely lied about even knowing how to do the job. I mean, and you couldn't learn enough of it, crash coursing as it goes along. I mean, it could be like it could be a lifestyle, It could be like just this juggling of stuff, and knowing the whole time, as long as you end up with one job, I mean, yeah, even if maybe you pick a job that you say, this one job, maybe the easiest one to be able to pull this thing off. You pick a job where you're like, this is the one where I'm going to be in good standing, and I prioritize no matter what. All while trying to do a great job at the other ones, but not at the expense of stress, or too much stress, unhealthy stress, and all that. But, because, if you're at a place where you can burn bridges, like I'm at a place where I'm often thinking I'll never go work for anyone, not counting like these kind of hustle gigs, So it's like, well, instead of making that decision, how about go out in a blaze of glory, like do this multiple job situation and ride that out, keep it going. And you know what, you never know, you might, if you do it long enough, you might end up having 3 jobs that are remote, and you have no more stress or troubles or heartaches or anything than someone with one regular full-time job. All right, I see a lot of like city action kind of going on in there. Either I should be pulling off to see if there's any place I could find like a retail place that has a beer for my McDonald's.
Turn right onto Airport Road, then make a U-turn at O'Neill Drive.
Ooh, it's a Meyer. Well, holla frickin' Luya. I'll try not to blow the red light though. Well, Meyer. Let's see if you're selling beer past midnight. It seems like supermarkets would not do that. The Jewel does not. Oh, that'd be so cool. Come on, Meyer. What do you got? I suppose I could always search for a liquor store. Man, that would be amazing. I mean, heck, if you were to be crazy about it, is that my light? It is. If gotta be crazy about things. Get jobs for all 3 shifts, and then like one where you could kind of sleep.
Continue on Airport Road for half a mile.
You know, well then I guess that would be one where you'd be fielding calls, because then it wouldn't matter what shift it was if you're remote. Okay, Mired, I don't think it has a lot of people. This might be too small towny to be open this late. They're by an expressway though.
Turn left toward Airport Road, then turn left. Turn left at Bob McLean Drive, then turn left.
This looks dodgy as heck. Alright,
In 300 feet, turn right toward Bob McLean Drive. Take the next right toward Bob McLean Drive, then turn right onto Bob McLean Drive.
I bet you they closed at midnight.
In 1,000 feet, turn right.
Oh, there's lights on in there. Let's see what time. Yep, close at midnight. Go figure. You know, I knew I should have just got some right when I left town. Right when I was leaving. Oh well. There's gotta be, you know, maybe I'll look up a liquor store. How degen can I be?
In 300 feet, turn left toward Airport Road. Take the next left toward Airport Road, then turn right. Take the next left toward Airport Road, then turn left onto Airport Road.